I found this heavy metal device that has instructions to set it on a stove. The handle of the roller appears to have the year 1880 engraved on it. I recently received it from my grandfather, and it has been in the family for a long time. There is also a removable piece of metal below the roller. Does anyone know what this could be? The object you found is a crimping or fluting iron, a tool that was widely used in the late 19th century to create decorative pleats and crimps in fabric. These devices were particularly popular during the Victorian era, a time when intricate patterns and textures were highly fashionable in women's dresses, collars, cuffs, and other garments. The invention of crimping irons is credited to several individuals during the late 1800s, with designs and patents appearing in both Europe and the United States. Companies like Shepherd Hardware Company, established in the late 19th century, became known for producing mechanical fluting irons. These tools typically consisted of a metal roller and a removable plate that could be heated on a cast iron stove. Once heated, the fabric was pressed between the roller and the plate to produce sharp, durable pleats. This process allowed for the precise and elaborate designs that defined a Victorian fashion. Crimping irons were primarily used by seamstresses, laundresses, and homemakers to maintain the polished appearance of high society garments, which often featured pleated details. However, by the early 20th century, their usage declined as fashion trends evolved and more efficient garment production methods emerged. I found two large metal objects near a lake close to Aspen, Colorado. Each measures approximately 1.2 by 1.2 by 1 meters, with humps or loops on both ends. Does anyone know what these might be? The objects you found are the frames of Art Ross-style hockey nets, a design used for ice hockey goals from 1927 to approximately 1984. These older nets are distinguished by their rounded, triangular base and top, which differ from the rectangular shape of modern hockey nets introduced in the mid-1980s. This design is named after Art Ross, a notable figure in hockey history who patented the style. Ross was a Canadian professional hockey player, coach, and manager, renowned for his innovations in the sport. His net design was widely adopted and served as the standard for nearly 7 decades. The frame featured a center post where the netting was attached, dividing the net into 2 panels tied to the side and center posts. Art Ross-style nets had several practical advantages, including better puck retention after goals. Their curved shape reduced the chance of pucks bouncing out of the net upon impact. However, by the 1980s, this design was replaced by modern rectangular nets, which were simpler and more cost-effective to produce. The newer design also eliminated the center post, enhancing safety by lowering the risk of player injuries during collisions. Does anyone know the purpose of this fork with offset tines? It's marked Inox France, but I haven't found anything similar online. The tines are precisely and evenly offset, suggesting this design was intentional. The object you found is a potato fork, a specialized kitchen tool designed for safely handling hot potatoes. Its offset tines provide a secure grip on potatoes, making it easier to peel or slice them while minimizing the risk of burns or cuts. Made of stainless steel, as indicated by the inox marking, which comes from the French word inoxydable, meaning stainless, the fork is durable and resistant to corrosion. I found this large and heavy tool among a pile of old equipment. It has a crank handle and what appears to be a roller mechanism inside. The interior features teeth or ridges on both the roller and the lid. Can anyone identify what this might be? The object you found is most likely a vintage tobacco shredder. In the 19th century, such shredders were commonly used to prepare tobacco for further processing, ensuring uniform cuts for cigars and other tobacco products. This was particularly important during an era when the manual production of tobacco goods was standard, and these tools played a crucial role in maintaining the high quality of the finished product. Although the design of this tool may resemble antique meat grinders, its key distinguishing feature lies in the specific teeth and ridges, which were designed for shredding tobacco leaves rather than meat. These devices were typically made from durable cast iron to withstand heavy and frequent use. What is this enclosed gazebo-like copper structure on a residential property? It's located in the side yard of a large upscale home, originally built in 1929 and owned by an old money family in a Midwestern city. The structure stands about 4.5 meters tall and features a clock on each of its 4 sides, along with a short copper wall decorated with a fleur-de-lis. Does anyone know its purpose or history? The copper gazebo-like structure you found is actually the original cupola from the Grand Rapids Union Station. Built in 1900, the station was designed in the Georgian Revival style and served as a major railroad hub for the Pere Marquette Railway, Michigan Central Railroad, and Pennsylvania Railroad. The station was located at 61 Ionia Avenue SW in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and operated until 1958. In 1959, during the station's demolition to make way for the United States Route 131 highway, the cupola was salvaged. It features clocks on all four sides and decorative fleur-de-lis motifs, characteristic of the station's elegant design. The cupola was relocated to a private residence owned by a local dentist and antique dealer, where it now stands in the side yard as a historical remnant of Grand Rapids Railroad history. Its preservation offers a unique glimpse into the city's past and serves as a testament to the architectural heritage of the era. I found a black stone object buried in a garden in Somerset, United Kingdom. It features ornate carvings on the front and uneven scratch marks on the back. My family discovered it decades ago, but neither they nor anyone we've shown it to can identify what it is. Does anyone know its purpose or origin? The object you found is likely made from Whitby jet, a fossilized gemstone formed from ancient monkey puzzle trees. This material, primarily found along the Yorkshire coastline in the United Kingdom, has been used for carving and ornamentation for thousands of years, including during the Bronze Age, Roman era, and Viking times. Its popularity surged in the Victorian era when it became widely associated with mourning jewelry after Queen Victoria began wearing it, following the death of Prince Albert in 1861. The ornate carvings on the front suggest that this piece may have been part of a Victorian-era bracelet or necklace. Whitby jet was commonly used to create intricate jewelry, such as brooches and pendants, often featuring detailed designs. To verify if the material is Whitby jet, you can rub the surface. Genuine jet will hold a static charge and attract lint or dust. I found an unusual object and have no clue what it could be. The red part feels like it might be a filter of some kind, while the black part is made of a foamy material and feels like it might be a pump. There are no numbers or letters imprinted anywhere, but the metal cylinder inside the red part has a hole at the end. Does anyone know what this might be? The object you found is a dog training dummy launcher, a device used to train hunting dogs by simulating the experience of retrieving game. The red component serves as the dummy, which is propelled into the air by the launcher, often using a small blank cartridge. This setup allows dogs to associate the sound of a gunshot with the visual cue of a falling target, thereby honing their retrieval skills. Historically, hunting dogs have been integral to various hunting practices, assisting in tracking, flushing, and retrieving game. Breeds such as Labrador Retrievers, Golden Retrievers, and Spaniels are commonly trained for these purposes due to their keen sense of smell, intelligence, and strong retrieving instincts. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, training methods were more rudimentary, often relying on live birds or hand-thrown objects to teach retrieval. The introduction of dummy launchers revolutionized this process by providing a consistent and controlled means of simulating hunting scenarios. This advancement allowed trainers to replicate the conditions of a hunt more accurately, thereby improving the effectiveness of the training. What is this unusual hammer-like tool? One side of the head is spiked and the other is flat. The head is made of iron with a wooden handle, and it weighs an estimated 500 to 800 grams. There are no noticeable markings or engravings on it. Does anyone know its purpose or origin? The object you found is a Scotch hammer, traditionally used in masonry and bricklaying. This hammer features a flat face on one side and a slot on the other to hold replaceable Scotch combs or droves, which are specialized cutting attachments. The earliest patent for a Scotch hammer that I could find is dated 1952 and was issued to inventor Raymond Watson. Historically, Scotch hammers have been essential in the construction industry, particularly for cleaning and dressing bricks and stones. The design allows for the efficient removal of mortar without significantly damaging the bricks, making them suitable for repurposing. I found this device with a rotary dial, but it's not a phone. There's no receiver to hook up to it. It has a start and stop button, and when you turn the rotary, a red ball spins. I haven't been able to find anything similar. What could this device be used for? This device is part of an old telex system that was used to send text messages over long distances before fax machines and email became widespread. It's not a phone, but a specialized communication tool used for connecting different organizations, especially in the fields of journalism and news. Instead of dialing a phone number, you would use the rotary dial to select the telex number of the recipient. As you turn the dial, a red ball inside the device spins, indicating that the dialing process is in progress. After that, pressing the start button would establish the connection, and you could begin transmitting your message. A teletype machine, which resembled a typewriter, would print out the text being sent. Incoming messages were usually printed in black or blue. In some cases, text was pre-prepared on punch tape, which could be inserted into the device to transmit text at maximum speed, reducing transmission costs, since telex connections were billed by the minute. This system was widely used by news agencies to quickly transmit information from overseas correspondents. Telex remained in use until the 1980s, when it was gradually replaced by more modern communication methods such as fax and email. I found these metal objects in a bin in my backyard after doing some yard cleanup. They are about 5 centimeters in diameter and 10 centimeters long. One side is rounded and the other side is flat with 6 circular impressions. They're a bit rusted since they've been outside for over 2 years. Any idea what these could be? What you found are Mk-19 inert training rounds. These are 40mm practice rounds made from aluminum and are identified as M385A1. The blue markings indicate that the rounds are inert and not live ammunition, which is typical for training munitions. These types of rounds are often used for military training purposes, allowing soldiers to practice handling and firing without the risks associated with live ordnance. Later, the original finder of these items updated the post to clarify that they contacted local authorities as a precaution. The authorities responded promptly and brought in a bomb squad followed by an explosive ordnance disposal team to thoroughly inspect the yard. During the investigation, a total of 312 training rounds and 2 mortar shells were discovered. The bomb squad used an unmarked black and white truck to carry out the operation, which caught the attention of neighbors. A picture shared by the finder also shows a police officer and a bomb squad technician beginning the process of safely removing the items. While these rounds were inert, finding such items should always prompt immediate contact with local authorities, as the presence of live or potentially dangerous ordnance cannot be ruled out without professional inspection. I found a very heavy lens, approximately 40 kilograms, in an overgrown field. There was nothing else around it. Does anyone have any idea what kind of lens this could be or what it might have been used for? The lens you discovered is most likely a Victorian magic lantern projector lens. Magic lanterns were early image projectors that used glass slides, often with painted or photographic images, to project images onto walls or screens. These projectors were widely used for entertainment and educational purposes in the 19th and early 20th centuries. Your lens was probably part of a larger industrial-grade projector used for projecting larger images or perhaps for more elaborate lantern shows. These projectors were often quite heavy, with some lenses weighing up to 40 kilograms, as they were made with high-quality glass and housed in sturdy metal frames. The magic lantern itself, invented in the 17th century, was an important precursor to modern film projectors. It was powered by oil lamps or early electric lights and became a popular means of entertainment and teaching throughout the Victorian era. I found a brass-ended hook or pick tool at a jumble sale. The handle has an embossed motif and looks clearly handmade. It's about 30 centimeters tall and the handle is around a centimeter wide. Does anyone know what this could be? The item you found is most likely a damper hook, a tool traditionally used to operate the damper in a fireplace. A damper is a metal flap inside the chimney or fireplace that regulates airflow, controlling the intensity of the fire and directing smoke out of the house. The hook was commonly used in older fireplaces before more modern systems for controlling airflow were developed. It's typically made of durable materials such as brass, which can withstand heat, and was often handcrafted sometimes with decorative engravings on the handle. In the last video, I asked you to guess what the plastic ring with 3 relatively sharp metal claws found on a beach in Scotland might be used for. Many of you shared creative ideas, and some of you were spot on. This tool is actually used for grabbing and pulling in a fishing net. Thank you to everyone who participated and shared your guesses. A special shout out to user Thomas Time for being the first to identify it correctly. All right, it's time for another mystery item. This time, it's a collection of small ceramic tubes hollow on the inside. Each tube is about 8 centimeters in length and 2 centimeters in diameter. What do you think they could have been used for? Leave your guesses in the comments below, and I'll reveal the answer in the next video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Your support motivates me to create more videos. See you next time.